Oh no. Oh no. Little geeses. They're getting big. They were hella small last week. The geese. The geese. I hope they don't attack me though. I hope they don't attack me. Here they come, here they come. There were 6 of them last week. They're missing one. Attack me. You know what I mean? I fed y'all last week. Y'all better not attack me. Little ducklings. I mean, they're geese. They're geese. They lost one, man. They had 6 last week. It's nature, man. Survival of the fittest, man. Survival of the fittest, man. Oh, these white women are gonna scare them away. They coming to get fed. Oh shit, it's about to go down. Alright, on the prompt hunt. Y'all want a prompt hunt? This is what y'all indigenous Negroes want right here. I don't want you calling yourselves no black Americans no more after this bullshit. I don't want you calling yourself a black American no more after this bullshit. Talking about sexy Solani. The Solans, the Solans, the Souls. These are the brothers that are the pretendians. These are your indigenous folks. But for some reason they call themselves FBA still. So I don't understand how they be double dipping like that. And I don't understand how they call themselves black, or black American. Because they don't want to be reclassified as black. All right? To them, black is a misnomer. So I don't want to hear you guys no gatekeeping, no black American, because you want to be reclassified. You think black is a misnomer, right? So let the people that claim blackness, let Africans claim black, right? Because that's what they've always been. And you go ahead and be sexy Solani, sexy Solange, right? Or you want to be reclassified. You want to be reclassified as reclassified original American. That's ROA. All right, that is you want to be reclassified as the term reclassified. I mean, make it make sense, man. So stop gatekeeping blackness, stop policing it, please. You gotta just pick a side, You don't want to be reclassified as black American. I thought that's what you guys were petitioning for. But apparently, you're not. So just give it up. Stop double dipping, stop triple dipping, Stop arguing with the black diaspora. Stop arguing with Africans. Just stay in your lane, Stay out of African panels. Stop talking about black American, because we know black American is not an ethnicity that's recognized by anybody but yourself. And you can't reinvent the wheel. We know black is a race and American is a nationality. Naturalized or birthright people can be black Americans that come from the black diaspora. So again, you can't make a nationality, a race and a nationality, a ethnicity, Like, be authentic at least, Again, you black Indians, you pretendians, right? You want to be reclassified as reclassified original Americans. That's what you want. That's what you want on the census. That's what you petition it for. And to each his own, I hope you get it. But at least we can stop calling you black, Because you indigenous to these lands, apparently, right? Allegedly. So go ahead, stay in your lane, and stop the bickering back and forth, And stop calling yourself FBA, because FBAs know they have African ancestry. Like, that's a given, okay? Stop subscribing to something that already says they have African ancestry. They're calling you guys pretendians, right? All you Cherokee, all you civilized tribes. It's funny because, Tariq Nasheed claims he's from Lumbee tribe now, too. And it's funny, he's the one that said, don't be none of these tribes that are federally recognized, because they're the white man's tribes. And it's funny that Lumbee just got recognized, as a civilized tribe. So there he is being a hypocrite too, right? But he was saying, don't. And I agree with him on this point that white people already beat you to the punch, right? They're the true pretendians. They got the land, they got the casinos, they married in, they created the blood quantum, right? So the white man and what you call Siberians, right? They beat you to the punch, They beat you to the punch. So there's no. But again, you guys can go ahead and try to get this. But again, stop calling yourself black. You're not trying to be reclassified to black American. You want to be reclassified as original American. Like, how original is that? You want reclassification to be part of your ethnicity? Like, make it make sense, man. And then you got the sexy Solani. You guys are, you guys are stretching the goalposts. You guys are reaching hard. But hey, at least you're not calling yourself black no more. We ain't gotta go back and forth anymore, Stay out of African panels. Stay out of FBA panels, right? Because you have no say. You have no dog in the fight. You're not African, right? So you got to stop calling yourself FBA too, I know it sounded nice and all, but yeah, you're not going to get reparations through these reclassifications. Only enslaved African descendants will be getting reparations, if there is any, And we're not talking about the United States. We're talking about European nations, that Africans went ahead and petitioned for it. Not you Negroes, not you house Negroes. You guys are just yapping on TikTok. You guys are not, you guys aren't really coming home with anything, not setting up any kind of institutions or agencies or any political body. So it's just sad. It's sad. And so let's see your flag. Your flag has the American Heritage sign on it. American Heritage flag. Black American Heritage flag, right? Which that flag itself was meant for the diaspora. Again, this is what you guys keep. The owner, the creator of that flag meant it to be for the diaspora. It wasn't just for America. So again, there you go, policing and gatekeeping things that you have you don't know what the original intent was for it. So this flag has four stars on it. I wonder what those 4 stars mean, But again, I think this petition came from Pistol. Her name is Pistol something, and Miss T. So yeah, these are we call them pretendians because, we're not gonna just erase other people, We're not gonna erase other people. There's nothing wrong with embracing a culture and even being a part, like Afro-Indigenous people, right? Or marrying in or appreciating, acknowledging other cultures and being a part of them, but completely erasing, These are the same people you want deported, like Mexicans, right? Or Native Americans, right? The ones you call all Siberians. So we're not gonna do that. Not in this lifetime, right? And what kind of ethno-genocide are you gonna do to create this, besides calling ICE on people? So, yep. Let's see. You guys missed the duckies. I just filmed the geese, the little birdies, the little babies. I think it's officially summer right now. It is almost 5 o'clock. Gotta grab my stuff. Okay. I got some shade. Where's my other thing? Let's start with something. Something different. I don't want to argue with any more FBAs. FBAs are gonna be like, well, is she Black American? Would I save her? Because if she's African, I wouldn't go in for her. So women can partake in this too. If you were the wife and your husband was in there, how would it go? I think this one's fun. It's not fun. It's kind of serious to tell you the truth. It's kind of serious, I should have did this one. I should have did this one on Mother's Day. That would have done it. You guys can respond in the comments too. You guys don't have to come up. Let's get 1, 2, or 3. Who would you dive in for? If you're a woman, replace the wife with your husband. And if you're not married, let's just pretend it's your boyfriend. Okay. Manito.
¿Cómo tú estás?
Bien. Better. I'm feeling better. I was
¿Te
sick.
encuentras bien?
Encuentro bien, manito. I'm doing a random one today. Just to start it off. What?
Yeah, makes sense. You gotta kick it off, bro.
Who you saving, dog? Who you saving, buddy?
I'm saving. Last time I said I would save the daughter.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Did I do this one on you already?
Yeah, you did. We did it.
Oh no way.
We had like a crazy philosophical conversation, and then you fell asleep. And then I started having this conversation with this other dude, and then we were like having a whole like theoretical debate about it.
It got deep. That's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like I have the best conversations when you fall asleep. Then some of the conversations get good.
I know it's funny. I just had the biggest yawn and you came up. It's funny.
That's why I'll be happy. I'll be like, see, manito. I said, go get your cerveza, manito. So then I can take over.
Yeah, you can take over. Take over the live, dog.
The problem is though, is now with TikTok, for some reason it cuts out if you don't show your hand. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's like it keeps cutting off. Like it doesn't. It's not like in the old days where you could fall asleep for like hours and we would still be on.
Yeah. There is a setting though where I can keep it and it does kind of stay on if I have like one of those movement ones.
A movement?
Yeah, like remember like I put the moon or the cookie, Cookie Man, like stuff like that. But it's funny because like sometimes it doesn't do it. Sometimes it does. It's weird.
Oh, sometimes it still goes wolf?
And sometimes it stays on, like it stays active. I don't know, but more often than not, it does restrict. That's for sure. Thanks for
Is it all the accounts or just this one?
It's all it's just it's the main two that I have. This one and the back one.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Got you.
Yeah, but you were asking me about Nagual, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just annoyed by him, to tell you the truth.
Well, he's good people.
I know he's good people's, but the way he just he does his videos and he just talks a lot of shit, and it's like it's unwarranted. Like I didn't ask for it,
But he's talking shit about you.
Yeah, he is.
No.
Yeah,
the last one he was talking about that other guy that we went off.
I know, but he still called me a colonizer, bro.
Wait, what? Yo,
yeah,
I don't remember
you
that, bro.
Catch it? Oh
nah,
yeah,
catch that.
It's on there. And then he's got you in there with your private conversations with him. He's just,
Well, no, he asked for that though. He asked me. That.
Okay,
He said, "Do you mind?"
yeah,
I said,
he-
"Okay, yeah."
yeah. And then he just like, I don't know. He makes me feel like I'm shit because I talk to these people, you know, with that might have like an African mindset, or a Pan-African mindset. But this all started because of his friend that he believes that I was making fun of, calling him out. And I don't give a fuck about that guy. That guy's an ICE agent, you know? So he works for ICE. You know, he's the same one that considers people like Nagual a Siberian. So I don't know who's he trying to convince.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's
No,
just
I think
Yeah.
what it is, bro, is that like we all come from different backgrounds, and our experience, the way we're gonna look at stuff is gonna be shaped by that. You obviously come from a background growing up in Santa Cruz, you know, with mostly like predominantly white people. So when I can see why you are the way you are. Then I come from my background where I grew up in a very mixed race environment. Like it was a lot of different races. There was no like one dominant thing. And then he grew up where he grew up. So I think that does in a way shape how we come at these conversations, especially when we're talking about like the FBA thing and the race thing, because I can see like even yesterday when we were talking and you were like, I could see like you're looking at it from the perspective of you grew up with black people embracing you and not dividing and saying, oh, well, you're not really this. So like for you, this is brand new. Like you don't ever remember black American people acting like this.
Right.
So you're like, this is not what you are right. You know, this is not something that's been here the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, but then at the same time, I see why you cling on to it so much because you grew up in a predominantly YT environment.
Yeah. But also,
so that's why you are coming. That's why you look at it. Whereas Nagual, he's coming at it from his perspective, growing up in his environment and the things he's been through. And that's why me and him connect a lot because a lot of the conclusions he arrived at, I arrived at, but we went through different pathways to get there. So that's why. But I don't think it's not like anything. It's not anything like specifically geared towards you because we both understand that you're not like these other people on here that are trying to like make necessary claims. Like you're just like this FBA thing is some bullshit. It's brand new. They're making this shit up, and we both agree with that, right? We're all on board with that. Nobody's, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's the other people around you that may be having some type of issue. But I honestly don't know anybody you associate besides that one guy. There was one guy that you do kind of like. You were like, oh, we got to be respectful of him, and I was like, fuck him.
Well, right. There's already there's a Pan-African that I've had a good connection with, and then until it comes down to this whole genetics and DNA, I mean that's where you guys are. You do your thing, and if there is like if you can catch them where they might be wrong in something, like I don't have any problem with the Discord, but I mean it's a little past that where it does get disrespectful, and then he's like, I hate how Nagual tries to turn everyone against me. He's like, oh, well, his friends agree with me, but he doesn't agree with me. And this all stems from that one live we did that I was a little tipsy on. And he's never really gotten over that. And then and then that one time I told him, like, come to this one live that his buddy was on. And I was with another Pan-African. He does all of these guys that I hang out. He just despises them. Has made videos about them, and so I think Nagual wants me like on his squad, but I'm totally against the pretending thing too because those motherfuckers are getting.
But see, I think that's where you're misinterpreting him. He doesn't have a squad. Like
but
me
that's
and
what
talk
I'm
about
saying.
that.
I hate that I don't have a position fucking stance because he does.
Yeah.
Okay, and like for him to. Go out on a limb to protect these people that also have a contradictory like stuff. People that would never include him in their group. So that's why I'm kind of like, what kind of acceptance are you looking for from these guys? But that's all his thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I think his position stance is just basically like mine. Like if you're gonna make a claim, have records to back it up. Like, and I think the problem is that. I think his issue is my issue, that I guess sometimes you have people that are on your live that want to make these claims, and then we're like, okay, what's this source? And then they can't bring one up. And it's like, so what are you saying? And I understand, like, I've said this before to you, it's your life. So if you want to have these people up, fine. Like, I'm like, whatever, right? But like, that's just what it is. And quite frankly, like me and him have had private conversations. He's never once been like, "Oh, your vibes is not on my side," or "Oh, he's never said that at all.
Well, he
He's
knows
actually
better.
he says I don't
better.
have a side. He says I just want proof. Yeah.
He
He's
knows
never
better
said
though,
that,
because
though.
he's met you through
He's never
me,
mentioned
you know?
he's never mentioned anything in the past like he held a
Yeah.
grudge or anything. Like he's never said that.
And I haven't
yeah.
told you that either about him. You know, he's
Yeah,
he's
and you haven't said that
he's-
about him, right?
But he's
Right.
done videos and stuff like this where he's calling me out.
Oh,
And it's
my-
just like for me, it's trivial, you know, because like I can literally I have so much footage of him, and I could go off on him, but I'll save it for a good moment. But I'm just like I gave him mod. He already apologized about that too, by the way. And then I gave him mod again, and then he went back and made another video and said stuff about me, and he's using my clips to make all these his little videos. So I'm just not going to give him that.
Oh, so that's
Yeah,
why you
so
okay.
I just don't want to I'm just like, how am I giving you material to clown me? You know, it just doesn't make sense.
But why
So
do you?
anyway.
But why do you interpret it as clowning? That's
Well,
what I'm trying to figure out.
you got to go listen to it again.
Well, I heard the last one, but it was. I don't feel like he was clowning you. Like he didn't say
He's
you
saying like
specifically.
I have a colonizer mindset, dude. And last one was like he said I am FBA, dude. I talk so much.
You are FBA.
Yeah, that I'm so much FBA that I am FBA. And he's like, and how like he thought he says that FBA is an awakening. So like I don't know like where he's going with that, but I mean he's always known my stance. I haven't had it like but since I dogged his boy, so that's what he thinks. I
Oh,
would
you're talking
think.
about
I was
that live that he had that time. I know what you're talking about.
No, okay, no, because that one we got over, and
yeah.
another one where his boy came into AA Tether's live, and I invited Nagual to come up to listen, and I guess when he came up, he didn't like what he heard, and he started calling me out my Afro-Indigenous side. He's all, "You're just indigenous. Why do you got to add the Afro?" And all this other shit. Like, I can't be proud of my African side. And he knows I'm African. Like, I don't understand. And he's just like, well, I don't know. So he just started and then attacking the Pan-African thing. So it's like, whatever. I know. And then I've heard him talk shit to Africans or Pan-African. He's already had issues with these people, So he does have a position. He just he wants to act like he's the Nagual.
God.
He wants to act like the sacred fucking shaman. You feel me?
Yeah.
So whatever. I'm not gonna I mean, that's why I let him up, and I was just like, whatever. I'm just gonna take your mod powers away. But I don't care if you guys question people and stuff like that. But for him to just be like, these are the people he's supporting. These are the people he platforms. And he has a colonizer mindset. It's like, all right. Well, I think he's just trying to prove, because I'm sure he gets called out by all his little friends about why are you on his panel? You've heard him talk about us, and so he has to put out something, I attack the big vibes,
But I've seen him go against FBAs. He's going against the indigenous people. I've seen him go against everybody. There's not one group where he's not went against. So that's why I'm like, I don't know.
No, I hear you.
I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen him go literally. I made like an exhaustive list of all the groups he went. We were laughing about all the groups he went against. Like there's no one group where he's been like, oh, these people were fine. No, he went against all of them. But then again, even with you, like, I've seen you go against people. Like when they start acting crazy, you'll go against them too.
Yeah, exactly. No one's safe. No one's safe.
So I think you guys. I don't know. I think you guys just are. I don't know. I think you guys just are both. What? I have no idea what this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bro.
I don't know either, bro. I'm just gonna believe
Don't
it
say.
as it is,
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I'm not that invested in it. I got more issues to deal with.
Pero yeah.
Pero yeah, amigo. Dude, some 12-year-old passed away at this beach that I go to. I just went there today.
That's terrible.
I know.
Well, I was gonna tell you, bro. I had a dream, bro.
What?
After you told me about what happened to you that time, I had literally a dream that we were on a beach in Santa Cruz, bro, and we were talking, and then you started being surrounded by snakes. No, for real.
Way.
And we were surrounded, and like all of a sudden these snakes start slithering out of from the rocks and everything, and we were like surrounded by them. Yes, it was right after you told me that. And I had
Instead
that
of
dream.
snakes on the plane and snakes on the beach.
Yeah, they were on the beach, and they were like surrounding us, and I was like, damn. And then I remember you had told me that, and I was like, oh, this is kind of wild. Yeah, I was like, but you know what's so interesting about like that, and that's what goes back to when I tell you about like different growing up in different places. Like where I grew up, even though I grew up in a mixed, environment with different groups, my family, I told you they're from Louisiana. My grandmother was like, stay away from the white folks. We don't deal with white people. So I never like really interacted with them because we didn't have to. We didn't deal with them. Whereas you growing up where everybody's pretty much fucking white, it's like it's so different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
But even
your
then,
mother,
I
and your
didn't
mother
really
also didn't say that either.
Yeah, I didn't really interact though until I got to like middle school. To tell you the
Yeah,
truth. Like,
but I'm just saying you didn't have a family that was like, don't deal with them.
yeah,
Right?
that's
Where
true.
my family was like, we don't deal with them. Like they didn't say it in
Yeah.
a bad way. They were just like, don't, because they knew
Right.
they were. You never know with them how
You
they're gonna
never
act. They
know.
can start off nice and then switch it up. You
Uno,
just don't.
uno nunca sabe.
Yeah, like they could, yeah, because so like that's how I was taught. So like I never really dealt with them, but we on a professional level you did, or like okay, so how you doing politeness, but we never like that was it.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree.
yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? So that's why
I found out that lesson later.
Yeah, you
But
found
even
that
in this
lesson,
case,
right.
with these white boys that did that, it's so funny. Some people already know what happened to me. I wasn't too discreet with it, I guess.
Oh really?
This
Oh,
one
whoa.
dude's like, I heard you getting jumped by, them white folks, man. That wouldn't have happened to you if you were FBA.
Wait, how the fuck they hear that? That's crazy.
I don't know. I
That's
don't know.
stupid to say it
man.
would happen to you, FBA. That's like
I
dumb.
know. I was like,
Yeah.
you guys are lame.
They're just making it up. Yeah.
That's why I gotta be careful what I say on here. Don't just use anything against me.
Yeah,
Right
these people
now, yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm a white man. I'm a Spanish man. I'm a white Spaniard. They disregard everything I say, and that's who I am on all these panels.
I know they always ask that. They're always like, "Wait a minute, what are you, host? What are you? You sound white."
Yeah, I'm like,
And then
you
you're
know
like,
what?
"Oh," and they're like, "Wait, you're Mexican? Oh, so you're not even you don't."
I'll just say that now I'm just Hispanic Latino.
You just say,
I'm Ashley Gonzalez now.
no. All you have to say is tell them you're Latin American and they're Anglo American. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
And just say they're Anglo.
That's the
Just say
one
you guys
I'm
are
using.
Anglos. Because remember that one FBA lady? She didn't like that. She's like, I could never call someone Anglo. I'm like, why not? You're already trying to be in their hierarchy. You might as well just accept it. And say you're Anglo American, you speak English, and that's your thing, right?
That's
That's
your
what they
thing.
say. Remember
That's
that one
your
guy
thing.
who was FBA? He was even like, "Oh well, we descend from the elite white people because they were like the plantation owners, so they were like had money. They weren't like the like the white trash." And I was like, "Is that really something you want to like gloat about, bro?"
The heritage Americans.
But he was like,
Anglos.
"Yeah," he was like, "Oh yeah, you said yesterday you called it the heritage Americans, right?"
The heritage Americans. Yeah. What's his name?
Yeah.
Who was saying? Oh yeah.
There's one
Tether,
NBA guy
Tether
who
was
was saying
talking
it,
about
yeah.
it too.
Oh no, Tether was talking about. Yeah, he was talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
The heritage Americans.
Richard Somali kid was pretty smart, right? I think he sounds pretty young.
Yeah, no, I was talking to him before, and then live like abruptly ended. But yeah, he was telling me because I don't know if you listened. He was saying that he actually got detained twice already so far.
Oh yeah. Yesterday on the second part.
Yeah.
I saw.
No, the first part he was telling me. He was telling me before you.
I didn't
Yeah.
hear that part the first time, but the second.
He said he was
part-
detained, but he wasn't like beaten or anything. But he got
Yeah.
detained twice for being Somali and questioned. He had to
Yeah,
prove
it
his
was-
like citizenship. So he
Mhm.
was like, that actually really is some real shit that they're dealing with, like out there. Like it's not a game. It's like real.
And
Like if
how,
you don't
the,
look, if
the
you look Somali,
nurses
you're gonna
go
be
around.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
nursing people go around picking up people that are just dropped off by ICE with no clothing or anything.
Yeah, he was
Did you hear
saying like
about
they'll
that
drop them
part?
off in like a park, and yeah, they'll just drop them off in a park like after they've been like So
held
like it's
for
real. He was
24
saying.
hours. Yeah,
He
it's like a
saying, yeah,
bunch of
they
shit
really-
people have to go through still, even though you're
But
not
what it
detained.
tells,
you
but
still
what
have
that
to go
tells
through
me
that
is, what that tells me is that depending on what part of the country you're in, like, and obviously where he's at in Minnesota, they're the target is Somali people. If you're in the West Coast, it's going to be Hispanic-looking people, right?
Right.
That's going to be the thing. That's what they're going after. So,
Yeah, and that just leaves the door open for all the people that fit under those demographics, like speaking Spanish, dark skinned, short man,
Right.
Native Americans are lumped in there, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Anybody who has that physical morphology that
right,
looks
right.
to
So
them.
when they go after the Haitians, it's going to be the same, right?
Exactly.
For vulnerable black people that don't even have that background, but just because they don't have their passport on them,
Right.
you know. And let's say that
Yeah.
ICE agent doesn't give a fuck if you have the accent or not, you know.
Yeah, he may still suspect it. Right.
Yeah, and especially if they're all racist Hispanic people that work for ICE.
Oh yeah, right.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
for
that
sure.
helps you guys that keep calling, like saying, go call ICE on people and all for ICE when you know that it's mostly made up of like white supremacists and black, you know, like Ashley Gonzalez types. And another thing I was going to say is that the police force and ICE have merged. Have you seen what they're wearing now? It says police ICE.
Oh yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, so it's like that's
So it's
merged
merged.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not like an independent thing anymore. And I think that's the whole that makes more sense of my prompt here. Because
That's
the
why that
police
guy-
force, we know the police force was the slave catchers. That's for a
Like
fact.
that's why that guy yesterday, who's FBI, when he was like, "Well, what does that mean for you?" and they were like, "Oh, it means we can't get deported." And I'm like, "You sure about that? Like, are you sure about that? Like, what makes you think you can't get deported, bro?" He's like,
right.
"Oh, because I'm an American citizen." Well, so are these people that are getting. Some of these people are getting deported are too. So what is that? And the United States have deported American citizens in the past. So what do you think? Like, why do you think you're somehow exempt for that? I just know these people are just delusional. Like they don't understand that once you set that precedent, they can target whoever they want to and make up any story they want about you, right? Like you saying, "Oh, you're an American," but they could be like, "Well, actually, you're not because whatever criteria we want to say it is." So what are you even saying?
Exactly. And is it worth getting detained still or potentially being unalived? Is it worth it to go through
Right.
that? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
stupid.
So I don't understand why people would even like say something like that. But it's like they live in a fantasy world. They think that somehow this is not going to affect them. When it's like, yes, it will affect you. Like people, what I realize is, especially with politics, people don't realize is that when you allow governments to have that type of reach, and you think, oh, like let's say the people are in power, you support them, they're on your side. You're like, but you let them have that reach, right? So what about when they get out of power and then people come in that are not on your side, but you still set the precedent to allow government to have that type of reach? So now they're going to come for you. Because you see what I mean? Like they're going to use the same thing that the people who you did like were using, but now it's going to be against you because, right? That's what people don't understand. You never want to do that.
Exactly. And they just think that Donald Trump is doing this all in the favor, you know, especially when he's trying to redefine the 14th Amendment and saying that this is for the children of slaves. This 14th Amendment that had equal protections, due process clause, you know, this is only for you, but you know,
like the problem with the
slaves and us Europeans, you know, not these illegal immigrants.
And the problem with the whole concept of originalism, which is what he's trying to do by saying this is what it was meant for, is even if that was the case, even if the people who wrote that amendment, let's say that was the case, they meant that. The reality is that though, it clearly what it was used for changed and expanded over the years. So I don't understand why they're harping on, oh, but it was meant for this, as if somehow that's like, right? You know what I mean? Like, as if somehow we have to leave it at that. Like, oh, so all that matters is what it was originally meant, and that's it. Like, as if that's how everything is interpreted when that's not true.
Right, and it doesn't include, and it still includes them who they got here the same route, you know.
Right, and I think
it should be obvious. It should be obvious because black people did not get rights under the 14th Amendment. You know, just like white people got them under the 14th Amendment before that.
Under it, right?
Yeah.
There was like this lady too, this black lady in Chicago, and she was like, and see, this is where it gets mixed up because like she was arguing against these Democrats. And she was like, yeah, you guys are talking about, oh, Trump is taking away voting rights, but, you know, you're not going to talk about this, how you guys are like forcing black people out of their homes through this. It was some type of scandal or something like that. And I think my problem is like, it's like they're like creating like this, I forget what you call it, but basically it's like a either or situation. It's like, oh, well, you guys are crap, so therefore we got to go with Trump, who's good. And I'm like, well, that doesn't mean he's necessarily good either, right?
Yeah, the lesser
Instead
of
of
two evils
yeah,
kind
instead
of.
of just saying, okay, well, yeah, you Democrats haven't done anything for us either, and neither have you Republicans. That I can respect because that would be true. But no, it's like they jump for, okay, so we're not going to say the Democrats, so now we're going to go with Trump. As if somehow he's right, like, oh, he's the good guy now, and it's like, no, he's not any better than they are. So what are you? If anything, you should be questioning everybody,
Yeah, but
right?
again, it's the same concept of why are they not focusing on European illegals? Why is it only a certain demographic? Why are they targeting specific groups? And obviously, we got Mexico as our neighbors. You know, there's a bunch of international treaties and international trading, NAFTA going on that is still
Yeah,
respected. But they somehow the poor amongst them are the workers are the issue, you know. And we don't have this
right.
problem with Canada. Canada's not
And they
being.
keep blaming illegal immigrants when it's like they never ask themselves, well, who's pulling these illegal immigrants here?
Yeah, the
Because
employers
somebody's
never
pulling
get
them here,
held
right? They never
accountable.
blame the employers. It's like, okay, if the employers weren't giving these people work, they wouldn't come to the United States. So why aren't you blaming the employers? Why aren't you blaming the pull factor? But instead, you're blaming them and saying how even though the employers are entice you to come here, how dare you come here? You still shouldn't come here. That doesn't make sense, and that's my issue. You know, so
Hmm.
yeah.
Someone said something about the poll tax
The fuck?
yesterday. Something about
What
the
about it?
poll. I don't know that like they don't have to pay a tax for their workers, and that's why they take advantage of it. Like just making excuses for these employers.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, but yeah, I mean, America's always about cheap labor, and that was another thing I wanted to bring up. The Barsano program. It happened in the 30s and 40s. Have you heard of
Yeah,
it?
the Bracero program,
The
yes.
Bracero program, yeah. And so, you know, they got rid of Mexicans after they asked them to come here and work, and they got put through a bunch of things, like a lot of
Right.
like chemical stuff, like sprayed pesticides and stuff on their bodies, like because they thought they were dirty, all these like weird
Yeah.
things. And then they got all
Yeah, they had
shipped
to
out
delouse them. Right.
like a million of them. And so that's the same type of program, kind of like that's the same type of program they want to bring back these people that they already deported, so they can work these farm jobs
Mhm.
that are needed now because of all these deportations. So
But you know, Cesar Chavez was also highly against illegal immigration from Mexico because
oh
he said
yeah,
it took away jobs from the legal
that's why
Mexicans.
I
A lot of
always
people
hated
don't.
them.
Right.
Yeah, he called them
Right.
illegals,
So
wetbacks.
he was
Yeah,
just like an FBA. Exactly. If he was living
exactly.
today, he would have been like an FBA. He would have been right in the same camp because he did not agree with it
Facts.
either. He was totally
Facts. And he was so
anti-immigrant.
praised. He was so praised by these
And people
Mexican
praised
Americans,
him.
these
Yeah, remember the
Chicanos.
Mexicans
Yeah.
loved him. Yeah, the Chicanos loved him. They said, "Oh no, he's great,"
That's why
because
I
they said
felt
they.
no remorse when that lady called him out and all that shit
Oh
went
yeah, the
down.
lady about all the shit that went down. Yeah, back when he was right.
This library that I went to, they had his flyers up because it was going to be Cesar Chavez Day,
Yeah.
and when that broke out, it was that same week, and they had to change the posters, and
Oh, they
they just
removed the posters.
yeah,
Wow.
they removed the posters, and they still recognize the day as Farmers Day.
Yeah, but they
But
took him out.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
had to ask, I'm like, did you guys switch this up? Like, and they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
we had to. It was so funny here in Watsonville,
Right.
Salinas. Like, we have libraries, we have streets named after them. It's just so funny
Right.
how quick they changed everything, and like
Exactly.
took his statues down. And we got people like Trump and his pedophilia stuff. And
But I'm just so glad.
give me a
You know,
second. Hold on. Give me a second. I gotta grab my stuff from the library. Okay, it's about to close. I'll be right back. Entertain this guy.
there you go.
What's up, Jay? Introduce yourself and then you can speak on the prompt. Go ahead.
Yeah, what is your method for introduction? I know people have different methods.
Oh, race, ethnicity, where you're from. Go ahead.
Oh, Black from New Jersey, 29.
Okay, welcome to the panel. I have to go into the library real quick. I'll be right back. Yep.
Young Vibes, what it do? Yo, man.
Man, boy, you on these FBAs next, huh?
He ain't on shit.
Them dudes, you gotta let them mythological creatures be, bro. They want to be FBAs, man. Let them be Zeus, shit.
Who
Let
you
them be
talking about,
Apollo.
bro? What you talking about, Naka?
Hey, pay these mythological creatures no mind, bro. Let them say what they want to say, bro. The history book's already been written.
Man, what you talking about, bro?
You hear me, Vibes?
Nah, he went AFK. Talk to me. What's good?
Oh, you one of the mythological creatures?
Yeah, the one that you speaking of.
The Loch Ness monster, huh?
You know
You the
it.
foundational Loch Ness monster.
Attack of the Titans, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Yeah, go ahead, be Apollo, be the Titans. You know what I mean? Be a Greek god.
Attack of the Titans, you know what I mean?
Nigga, remember the Titans.
Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
You already know. What's the deal, though? Where you from?
Yeah, I'm everywhere and anywhere. Shoot. You know what I'm
Alright.
saying? I'm a
You
traveling
Pan-African?
man.
You're Pan-African, huh?
Shit, I'm panning you the globe. You know what I'm
Okay.
talking about? I'm a globe trotter.
I got you. A Harlem Globetrotter. Okay. We got one of those.
Hey, you gotta need one of those in the pocket.
I hear you, brother.
Keep it in the pocket. Hey, Vibes, where you at though, man? How you gonna start a space in
He in the library right now. You out here doing some research on FBA.
Go to the fictional stage.
Hey, our shit well documented. You know what I mean? Our shit well
Man, find that
documented.
shit. You can find it. You can
Our
find
shit
it
well
right there next
documented.
to.
What are you
Stop
though?
streaming.
You East African? What you is?
I'm a globetrotter, brother. I told you.
Man, all right, niggas
Nah,
think
for why you dropping me your phone?
so we mythological creatures and you an alien.
Hey, man. I got my spaceship, boy. I'm out of here.
My nigga Prometheus from out here. This nigga Prometheus. This nigga living on a spaceship somewhere.
Yeah. Just right there in the fiction section, you'll find it.
I feel you. Sci-fi, right?
Shit, out of this world.
I feel you. But yeah, you know us FBA, we face stepping on shit. You know what I mean?
You said what?
All right, I'm back.
I say, you know the FBAs, we face stepping on shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, them mythological creatures, hell yeah. I'm telling you. You know what
You
I'm
know us
saying? Remember the
Africans, we keep our
Titans.
foot on your neck. You know what I mean?
Hey, you've been going in on them, huh? You keeping your foot on their neck, boy. I see you.
Hey, Lodge
24
wanted
so
the
you even
FBA
went
so
to the
bad.
library. You went to the library to dig up some more stuff on them, huh?
The archives, nigga, the archives.
He well
Had to
documented.
blow the
Live,
dust
well
off that
documented.
book, bro.
What?
You know what I
They
mean?
ain't even that
A
ancient.
mythological creature, or what? What did it
I
say?
had to go. I had to go under science fiction, under the Pimp
I'm trying to
Chronicles.
tell you.
That's where you find them at.
Was it in between the T and the N?
In between the European lineage.
It was like that
You
next
want
to
to be
the.
NBA, bro. We know it. That's
Yeah,
right there
foundational
next to the
black
A1 steak
Africans.
sauce.
Yeah,
It was
Skippy.
right there next to the steak sauce.
Oh, hold on. I'll
Bag
be
of
right back.
chips.
I'll be right back, guys. Hold on.
Hey, if Vibes was FBA, he'd be big repping right now.
What?
Yeah, he ain't got that pass. You know what I'm saying? So he got to be anti what he can't be. I get it. You know
Man.
what I mean? If I wasn't it too, I would understand. You know what I mean? It's like, damn. So yeah, Vibes is cool. We know. Vibes really admire us.
So you being serious? I thought we was joking. You really are the okay.
Yeah, no, I'm dead ass. You know what
I
I'm
didn't
saying?
know you was a foundational mythological creature.
Yes,
That changes
sir.
things.
Attack
So,
of the Titans, I told you.
how come none of your elders prior to you ever said that?
Does that matter?
Hey,
You like that, huh? You like that one, huh? You like
man,
that
it's
one,
your
huh?
world. We just live in it, huh?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you understood that. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, what's understood ain't gotta be explained, brother. I got you.
Exactly. And we know, shout out to our elders, you know, they went through a lot. Most of our elders was, you know, birthed during the civil rights era and all of that. So, you know, they fought, but you know, it's a changing of the guard right now, you know what I mean? So this was naturally gonna happen. It's called natural selection, you know what I'm saying? The older population is dying off, the youth, you know, we alive, thriving. So yeah, shit looking crazy right now, bro. It's a beautiful thing, honestly.
Hey, man, you know what I mean? It's your world. You only got one life to live. So if you want to be a mythological creature, my dude, be that. I'm not tripping.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? You want to be
You
Apollo?
still ain't identified yourself though.
Oh, I'm not a mythological creature. I know my
What are
elders.
you then? You're a time traveler.
I'm trying to say, man, I'm a traveling. You know what I'm talking about?
So what that mean? You got what? Multiple passports or something? You a passport, bro?
Man, you know what I'm saying? I'm a globetrotter, so
Okay, we got a
I let
passport, bro.
my hat.
Yeah, where you at? Taiwan? Where you at?
Bangkok.
Bangkok. Okay, yeah, okay. So you over there living raw. You in Bangkok. Your bread must not be up if you in Bangkok. Yeah, I mean, you over there living raw right now. You know, if you need a donation or something, though, you know what I mean? I'll throw you a little USD. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah, man, throw the mythological checks.
Yeah,
man.
throw you a
I'm
little
with it.
USD. You know what I'm saying? Send me a little crypto wallet. I'll throw you some USD. I know you in Bangkok and shit. You probably go a long way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just some FBA brothers trying to look out. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, like I said, y'all could be foundational black Africans all you want. I'm not tripping.
Yeah.
I'm not tripping.
I mean, because what you
But-
think don't matter anyway, though. You know what I mean?
No, hey, in your world, what I think shouldn't matter to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what vibes think don't matter either. You know what I mean?
It
Vibes, you know,
shouldn't.
it's crazy. Vibes doing a lot of work for FBA. He's like free promotion for us. You know what I mean?
You think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a great thing. What do you mean?
Because he be
You
on
know-
your neck though.
Think about it. Think about it. We don't have to pay him anything. He gonna promote us for free. Vibes, FBA, bro. He doing our work. So it's all good.
So damn, that's crazy though.
Hey, we'll give him we'll give him a ribbon or something. I mean, give him a ribbon.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm saying, give him a little ribbon or something for his effort.
But none of your elders though, man. That's what be tripping me out about y'all mythological
What you mean?
creatures. Yeah, elders, they all connect to Africa though.
What you mean, my elders? Be specific.
Oh man, from the ones that actually went to school, got a degree, educated themselves. You know what I'm
So
talking
you talking about my grandmother, right?
about? What does she teach?
My grandmother is 85 years old.
No, you got to listen to the question, brother. I said, what did she teach? Not how old is she?
Oh, I thought you said the ones that are educated and went to school. I thought that's what you said. I didn't know you said the ones that were teaching.
Oh, okay. What'd she go to school for?
I think communications or something like that.
Okay.
Yep. But to your point, my grandmother, she is born in California. I'm third generation California. My people migrated from Oklahoma. Before they migrated from the South. So I was also able to trace my genealogy all the way back. I would say at least to about the 1500s. And thus far, I've found not one African in my genealogy. Um, so I've also found free people of color in my genealogy. And I got all my paperwork. I've also found tribal documents, records, etc. So when you're saying our elders, when you're referring to our elders, you're speaking directly to our ancestors that are currently alive, which would be my grandmother, and she doesn't identify as an African. So my grandmother is directly from Oklahoma. We actually own a cemetery in maybe about 100, 200 acres in a town out there called Lofton, Oklahoma. So yeah, bro. As far as that,
Let me ask you this, my sinner brother. Uh, so then, prior to 1650, what's your history?
say it again.
Prior to 1650, what's your history?
All of this is my history. So anything that's been happening on this land. So you know what I mean?
Right, but we have proof of what was happening on this land prior to 1650. You said you went as far back as only 1650. So where did you come from prior to 1650? What were you?
Well, as far as the most of the things that I found that had anything to do with like any other type of country, most of that came from like European ancestry. Most of my black ancestry was all here in America. So yeah, we don't have any type of documentation or anything of any African directly an African. Not in my lineage.
Listen how contradictory that sounds, right? You said most of your black. So you didn't say all. So where did the other percentage of that black come from?
Yeah, and I descend from free people of color as well. So those people weren't classified as slaves. So you know what I mean? Not everybody that was black in America was a slave. Y'all think that every single person here that was black was a slave. That wasn't the case. There were free people of
Did
color
you
walking around.
have you gone to school for this at all?
What
Are
do you
you
mean?
educated? Did you
And what? Anthropology, or would I be specific?
in history, in
Yes,
your people's history? You went to school for okay. What degree did you receive?
I got 3 degrees.
Once again, I didn't ask the number of degrees, but what degrees did
So
you?
I have a
You got to
BA.
listen to
I
the
have a
questions,
BA.
bro.
I have I have a BA. You said, do I have a degree in history? I said yes.
No. I said what degree? What degree do you have? And you
A
told me you had 3
BA.
degrees.
A BA in history.
Okay, a
Yes,
BA in
sir.
history. And why do you only have a BA in history? What happened there?
What do you mean?
Why didn't you further?
Because it was
You said you
either
only have a bachelor's.
go to law school, which I didn't want to do, um, or go a different route. So now I have a master's in.
Wait, what?
It was either go to law school, right,
Uh-huh.
right, right, law
Or get a
school.
BA.
I have a bachelor's already. So I'm saying my next route would either take the law route, which I didn't want to do, right? 'Cause I was fucking 20, 21, 22 years old when I graduated, so I didn't want to go to fucking law school for 7 years. So then I have a master's
Why would you
degree
need to go to law school for 7 years if you have a bachelor's associates in history, though? I'm not
because I
getting the
didn't
correlation.
because with a bachelor's in history, what are you gonna do? Teach? Be a teacher?
Well, you can get a master's.
That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't want to go that route. I literally said that. Are you not
No, you
listening?
said you no. You said you didn't want to be a lawyer, and I'm like,
if you're
lawyer. What do you
if
do?
typically if you want to go to law school, if you're not using criminal justice, history is a good solid background in philosophy. So I have a minor in philosophy as well. So
Right. That
the next route would have
I'm
been
not
for me to
disagreeing
go
with
the
that.
law route. Right. I chose
No,
not to go that
no,
route. I never
no. You
considered
don't
a
have to.
master's. I never
You
considered a
don't have
master's in
to.
history, bro. You're not understanding the point.
But that's it though, because obviously you limited yourself, right, on the knowledge you would have received as you had furthered your education. But since you didn't further your education on history, and the topic is mythological creatures, that you can find in the science fiction section of the library, well, you would have to be versed in history. And why I brought up the elders slash ancestors, right, because some of them have transcended. None of them who went against the racist Europeans, right? That you so confidently boast having in your DNA, and only that. It's just odd. They never denied Africa, right? They claimed it 100%. They understood its place in history, right? You can't have anything without Africa, and they went toe to toe with some of the most educated scholars of their time, right? And they all connected to Africa. But you are trying to sell us on something that makes no sense. You know what I mean?
Sell you on what? Like, you see a for sale sign anywhere here? Like, what am I selling you on? I'm just an individual. So, like, what do you mean by selling? Like, you got to be specific here. We can't generalize and then, not specify when we speak. So, and then you also mentioned education and history, and then
Yeah, because
you
we're talking
referenced
history.
science. Hold on, you mentioned education and history, and then you referenced towards science. So it's
Towards
like
what?
you mentioned education and history, but then you made a reference towards
Uh-huh.
science.
Why did I do that? And when did I do that?
I'm asking you, like, so can you clarify that? You said I
Okay,
should have furthered. You said I should have furthered
but
my
can you?
education in history to then go learn science.
No,
Like, what do
no,
you?
I
Right.
didn't
So
say that,
explain that.
bro.
Explain what
You
you mean.
bugging. I told you that we're having a historical conversation, right? And you only have a bachelor's associate in that field. If you would have
But does
furthered
that
your
mean? But
studies,
does
hold
that
on.
mean you
You
stop
asked me to
learning
answer
once
it,
you get
right?
a 10-year
Wait,
degree?
wait.
I'm trying to understand that.
You asked me to answer it. Unless you
Okay.
want to answer it for me,
Go
then
ahead.
allow me to. All right, cool. So when we're having a conversation about history, then it would behoove you to know
Bro, you can
the
mute up.
topic.
Go ahead and mute up, buddy. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, let me tell this brother how he's trying to sell us something, right?
What's up, bud?
Give me a second. I just got home. Oh, he bounced. Sorry, Nafa. I just got home. Give me a second. What's up, Lord? Give me your race, your ethnicity, where you're from.
Black African American, Dallas, Texas.
All right, welcome to the panel. You want to address the prompt?
I don't know where to start. It's kind of in a particular order that I don't really. Let's see. If it's what protects you now, FBA is dangerous for. Where's the question? This thing is
Is FBA is dangerous? Kind of more like a statement, right? FBA is dangerous for Black and Brown collective power in America. It should have been if. And then on the left side, if enslaved ancestors were once illegal, what protects you now? 13th Amendment still allows for forced labor. And then we have a big picture of the 1900 Texas sign that said no dogs, no Negroes, and no Mexicans.
yeah. Listen,
So
man.
I'm pretty much making parallels between slave catchers,
Right.
and it says slave catchers and now ICE informants.
Of course. I get the parallel. I'm just gonna say it like straight up. These AI images look like shit, man. Like y'all got to stop using these. It's ugly. It's confusing. Like it's poor to look at. It looks lazy. I know there's a better way.
So, Lord Spo,
What's up?
what's even worse than the image is the image that they're putting in impressionable young minds by telling them this fake history about FBA. You're speaking about an image. We're talking about a group of people who are buying into something that no educated scholar in ancient times, or at least the past century, would ever dare say. But here, we got some Johnny-come-latelys thinking they can rewrite all of history. It's outstanding.
For sure. So, what else?
And what else is this? I've got nothing but compliments. You're the only hater on here that doesn't like it. Why don't you like it, Lord? Besides the aesthetics.
What? Hey, well, all the reasons I said, man. It's like, it's ugly. It's confusing. I can't like. When I immediately came in, I didn't know what the prompt was, what question you're asking. It's all these like disorganized images that are just
It says
like
FBA is dangerous in
I
bold
s-
letters. How is that confusing?
no, I see that in the bottom right corner in the middle, and then like divided loyalty in the center with some text above it, different eras, same logic, same hate. The fucking panelists go over part of the text. This is badly formatted, is what I'm telling you. Do you understand?
Yeah, well, not necessarily.
Let me give him another one. Let me just give him another one.
I'm just saying,
So, would you consider yourself to be a mythological creature?
why has it always got this weird image of the FBA licking the guy? It's just gross. It's just really like,
He's
I
licking
get
a
it.
boot. He's a boot licker. Come on.
No, I get it. It's just really nasty looking. I don't like looking
That's
at that.
comedy. Have you ever checked out a roast? Check out Netflix, Kevin Hart's most recent roast, bro. Like, get with the
Oh, you saw that, Nakba? I missed
yeah,
it. Is
that
it
shit
good?
was hilarious. Oh, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
I might check it out. I heard
I
Cat
was
Williams.
surprised that Cat Williams was on it.
Yeah, and a couple other people that it's gonna make you cringe at some of the jokes that they share with us.
Roasts are kind of always like that. It's just kind of the most like vile night in entertainment where like nothing is off limits.
Nothing. I'm like, and that's what this image is showing. Nothing is off limits with FBAs. They're willing to lick the boot.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
people are closeted FBAs, man.
Hey, somebody down there said they thought you was half FBA though.
They always think that. The other guy thought that I wanted to be FBA so bad. Remember? That's what he was saying.
He was trying to recruit you, huh? He said, "Come every Wednesday."
Yeah, that guy's an interesting character, man. He's always like, we don't have any issues with you Eritreans. We love you guys. Our beef is with the West Africans, so we need to unite. That's what our
Come
brother
together.
said.
He said we need to come together against the West Africans. Is what he told you.
Exactly. I'm making a fresh water here with cucumber and lime.
I don't know how to. I don't want to mess up your licuadora. Okay, all right. I wanted to show you people something. So the Pretendians are not, they're not vouching. Oh shit! Hold on. I gotta change the questions on this prompt. Or I just gotta redo it. But it was funny because I've been arguing about this one prompt that I've had up about who's a Black American, because they want to use Black American as their ethnicity, and I keep repeating to them that that's cool and all, but people that are naturalized or born in the United States from the Black diaspora can be regarded as Black American too, and they don't like to hear that. So these same Pretendians that we get caught up in these conversations, they don't want to hear that. They're the true Black Americans, and they want to make a race and a nationality into a ethnicity. So these same people that say that, you would think they want to be reclassified. You would think they want to be reclassified as Black American, right? No, they want to be reclassified. This is their petition. They want to be reclassified as reclassified original Americans. So you want reclassified to be part of your ethnicity. You want that term reclassified as part of your ethnicity. So reclassified original American, the ROA. So again, stay in your lane. Or Solani, sexy Solani. So these are the things you want. Okay, so again, you can't go petition. You can't be talking that you Black this, Black that. So this is again why you can't call yourself an FBA as well, because FBAs are known to have African ancestry. You can't get away from that, and a lot of FBAs will tell you that, but the ones that are calling themselves FBAs and say that they have no African ancestry, there's no room for you in the FBA club. So don't be coming on our panels talking about, you were first here and calling yourself FBA.
They want to be called. They want the title reclassified, like they're slow or something. Like they went on the short bus.
They want that part of their ethnicity to say reclassified on there. ROA. Isn't that crazy?
Like you special.
Well, I guess so. That's special that you have to have it like. They complained about being reclassified, but now they want to include the term reclassified in the ethnicity. That is wild. That's what they want. It's wild.
Give them what they want. Hey, man, let them be mythological creatures. They want to be reclassified.
They want to be reclassified as reclassified original American.
I just want to get this straight for the record. I do not acknowledge reclassified unless it's something I'm given as a title. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, nobody in God's earth has ever wanted to be reclassified. You don't know how to classify
Well, because
yourself?
they have that narrative that we've been reclassified so many times that now we get to decide who we're gonna be.
The new classification.
Exactly.
It's a new classification.
Exactly. So I guess they've been saying that narrative so long that now they've included the reclassified part in the ethnicity. It never ends. It never ends with these people.
What are you watching tonight?
Spurs and Thunder, Game 1, Western Conference Finals.
And who are the other ones battling
The
in the Western
FBAs.
Conference? Imagine a fucking team.
Hornets.
That's what I was saying yesterday about that Nigerian that got on that Philadelphia team and all the FBAs in uproar. I don't know if you heard it. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I just find it funny, bro. This shit's all amusing to me.
Yeah.
You know, every time you ask them, hey, how come none of your elders that went toe to toe against these Europeans ever said the things you guys are saying?
Yeah, exactly. They don't know what to say. Who is this? Sacramento. Sacramento?